Welcome to Classics Confidential. Today we are outside in the beautiful campus at Roehampton University. With me is Sonya Nevin to talk about a project that she's working on. It's a higher education funded project to develop new teaching, and it's about making use of things like this campus as a teaching tool. So Sonya, tell us a bit more about it.
Thank you. Yes, we're so excited about this project. As you say, the Higher Education Academy have been very generous in funding it, and the basic premise of it is that universities have wonderful campuses. This one in particular has so many interesting things in it, and we thought, let's actually explore that within student learning. Roehampton is particularly good at student research projects, encouraging student research, and at developing vocational skills through humanities. And what better way than to actually do research projects on the buildings, the history, the artwork of the things that are around us every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And also it's a way of reaching out to the local community, getting them more involved, getting them to learn more about the university and what it does.
Absolutely, I think this will be really exciting. So we will introduce the students to the campus, they will find out about its resources, they will do their projects into whatever aspect seems most relevant to their course of study, and then absolutely it's going to be so exciting to share some of that information with the local community. So their projects will be public facing, and it will be whatever sort of format seems most appropriate to the research that they've done. So we'll have some online projects, but perhaps also some poster displays, information displays. I would like to think that some of them will perhaps invite members of the public, perhaps school groups, other groups, onto the campus to do tours and show what they've learned. So absolutely, I hope that the public will enjoy finding out about what's on campus, but absolutely also finding out what students are doing.
Yeah, and hopefully some of them might be inspired as well.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'd like to tell us about, one or two particular examples. Like the Grove House that we have behind us, and some of its classical roots or influences.
Absolutely. I mean, we're really fortunate on this campus that there are a great number of fantastic neoclassical resources in particular. So Grove House, for example, is largely by James Wyatt, who's an extremely influential architect of the 18th century. However, there are also other mansions by William Chambers, another extremely influential architect who built some of the great monuments of London, and also by Sir Robert Taylor, built another one of the mansions on campus. In a nice coincidence, he's most famous for building the Bank of London, the Bank of England rather.
Another sort of neoclassical building.
Absolutely. And a few decades after he had left his great monument there, in moved the deputy and then governor of the Bank of England, who then stayed there for decades. So a nice sort of coincidence, and I hope this project will bring out some of those connections.
No, it's amazing how much the classics influence the environment in which we live in. I think particularly in London we're very fortunate that there's so much stuff around us that is classically inspired.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if this project encourages the students to look at what's around them in that way, and then helps the public to think about their environment in that way, so much the better. I think that would be really, really exciting.
Now we've moved to the beautiful gardens surrounding Grove House and this beautiful 18th century bridge. Now, Sonya, turning back to classics, you said that there's a Roman buried on the grounds of the campus. This is so exciting.
Yes,
tell us about it.
Who would have thought? It's really quite extraordinary. There has been for a long time a convent of the Sacred Heart at Roehampton, which particularly in the 19th century was very famous across Europe people would send their daughters to be educated at the school. And towards the end of the 19th century, somebody thought, wouldn't it be a nice idea if we had our own saint for the school? So they wrote to Rome and said, can you send us a Roman from your catacombs?
Send us a Roman.
Send us a
As
Roman.
you do.
Which was a bit of a thing at the time. And they actually requested a young virgin so that she could be a good role model for the pupils of the school, with the idea that she was an ancient Roman girl who had suffered in the early days of Christianity. And duly a Roman burial was sent, but when it arrived, it was a Roman matron. And apparently this caused a great deal of consternation. They were very angry, and the burial was not quite the dignified celebrated event that it was supposed to be. However, she was buried there, and with her came the inscription from the catacombs, which is where the body had come from, and so the body was installed in one of the chapels, and the inscription was mounted there as well. Years later, it accidentally was covered over, and the memory of it was sort of lost, but when there was a renovation of the chapel, this fantastic heritage officer here, Julie King, she was part of uncovering it and discovering here was this ancient inscription actually on the wall of the chapel with a genuine Roman burial. Amazing.
Wow, that is fantastic. It's a great place to study classics.
Absolutely.
Here at Roehampton.
Absolutely. The real thing.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Sonya, for talking to us through this amazing campus and some of its really fascinating history.
My pleasure. Thank you.